Good day, cricket fans, and welcome back to the IslandStats.com Cricket Show. It's Sunday, which means it's time to dive deep into all the action from the local pitches right here in Bermuda. We'll be dissecting the weekend's clashes, celebrating standout performances, and looking ahead to what's next in the 2025 season. Whether you were at the grounds or following online, we've got all the angles covered, so grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk cricket. Well, good evening and welcome to this edition of the IslandStats.com Cricket Show. I'm your host, Earl Basden. I am awaiting my co-host to join me, but let's run down the results that we have from cricket this weekend, beginning with yesterday. It was a historic afternoon for Bermudian cricket that saw Brianna Ray become the first female to feature in a Premier Division match. She turned out for Somerset Cricket Club in their match against St. David's at the Somerset Cricket Club. St. David's would bat first and score 174 for 5, and then bowl Somerset out for 152. We'll run down a bit of the details from that match with Brianna taking 1 wicket for 11 runs from 3 overs. But Somerset was in a very comfortable position at one point, and then wickets started to tumble. In other matches yesterday, St. George's Cricket Club won by 5 wickets over PHC. PHC batted first and scored 107 for 7. St. George's would score 111 for 5. And then Southampton Rangers won by 30 runs over Bailey's Bay. Southampton Rangers scored 193 for 6, and then bowled Bailey's Bay out for 163. In First Division yesterday, Warwick Workmen won by 8 wickets over Somerset Bridge. Somerset Bridge scored 126 for 5, and Warwick Workmen scored 127 for 2. Devonshire Recreation Club won by 3 wickets over Cleveland County. Cleveland County scored 126 for 4, and then Devonshire Recreation Club would make 130 for 7. And then Willacotts won by 7 wickets over Flats Victoria. Flats scored 156 for 8, and then Willacotts scored 160 for 3. Then in action today, just recently finishing up at the Southampton Oval, Southampton Rangers have defeated Somerset Cricket Club by 42 runs. Southampton Rangers scored 191 for 9 in their 20 overs, and then restricted Somerset Cricket Club to 149 for 5. In other matches today, it saw in Premier Division, St. David's won by 8 wickets over PHC. St. David's restricted PHC to 83 for 8 in their 20 overs and then scored 84 for 2. St. George's Cricket Club defeated Bailey's Bay by 7 wickets. Bailey's Bay scored 114 for 8. St. George's would score 118 for 3. And in First Division, Devonshire Recreation Club picked up their second win of the weekend. They won by 5 wickets over Somerset Bridge. Somerset Bridge scored 168 for 3, with Devonshire Recreation Club scoring 174 for 5. Warwick Workmen's picked up their second win of the weekend. They won by 6 wickets over Willacotts. They restricted Willacotts to 78 for 9 in their 20 overs, and then scored 79 for 4. So let's take a look at those scores and individual tallies. We begin with yesterday's match. I already told you about at the Somerset Cricket Club, where St. David's scored the total of, I'm just getting the actual scorecard so I can bring that to you. So up at Somerset Cricket Club yesterday, let's go with this. So St. David's batted first, and they would score that 174 for 5. They got 106 runs from Isaiah O'Brien, and he would end up scoring leading his team in the batting department. And for the bowlers for Somerset, pretty much, I believe it was, let's get one. Dominique Sabir took 2 wickets for Somerset. And in reply, Somerset were bowled out for 152. At one point, they were 145 for 2. JJ Nell had scored 73, and they lost 8 wickets and only scored 10 runs with those 8 wickets falling, and were all out for 152. Down at Wellington Oval, Ori Wilson scored 42 for PHC and their 107 runs for 7. Jonte Smith took 3 wickets for 9 runs off of 4 overs that included a maiden. And then in reply, Jaquil Hill scored 33 for St. George's in their 111 for 5. Jamari Beach took 2 for 19 for PHC in 3.2 overs. And then at Rangers, where Rangers defeated Bailey's Bay, Rangers batted first, scored 193 for 6. Deon Stubble was the top scorer with 51 not out. Stubble's runs came off of 40 balls. He hit 7 fours, 1 6. Jordan Burgess was the pick of the Bailey's Bay bowlers with 4 overs, 3 for 45. And then the other match, we go to the first division, where Warwick Workmen's Club made a statement right from the start, and they defeated Somerset Bridge by the 8 wickets. So Somerset Bridge went to bat first. Sean Riley was the top scorer. He scored 38 out of their 126 for 5. Kevin Fubler was the pick of the Warwick bowlers, returning figures of 4 overs, 2 for 18. In reply, Warwick would score 127 for 2. Trey Mendes was the top scorer with 77 not out. Sean Riley was the pick of the Somerset Bridge bowlers, taking 2 for 24 off of 3 overs. And then in a low-scoring event between Devonshire Recreation Club and Cleveland County, Cleveland County batted first. They scored 126 for 4. Jamal Proctor was the top scorer with 45. Christopher Daly was the pick of the Devonshire Recreation Club bowlers, taking 2 wickets for 15 runs from 4 overs. And in reply, Devonshire Rack would score 130 for 7. Chris Russell was the top scorer with 29. Mackay McGowan was the pick of the Cleveland County bowlers, 2 for 17 off of 4 overs. And then Willacotts defeated Flats by those 7 wickets. Flats batted first, 156 for 8, and they're allotted 20 overs. Dejan Carey was the top scorer with 35. Mackay Simons was the pick of the Willacotts bowlers, returning figures of 4 overs, 4 for 16. And then in reply, Willacotts would score 160, with Solomon Burrows scoring 100 out of the 160 runs for Willacotts. Now let's take a quick commercial break. Hopefully when we come back, we'll be joined by our co-hosts. We'll be right back.
You ever crack open a Coke and just... perfect.
It's that cold, classic hit that never lets you down.
Whether you're chilling with friends or just need a break, you can't go wrong with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Nothing else compares.
Proudly distributed by Butterfield and Vallis.
May 24th weekend is almost here, a day filled with tradition, celebration, and one of Bermuda's biggest race days. Whether you're out cheering, running, or heading straight to the beach or the boat, Lindo's has everything you need, from fresh food and barbecue favorites to snacks, drinks, and easy meals for the whole day. Stock up early and keep things simple so you can enjoy every moment. Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Beneath the clear blue sky, where the ocean meets the land, and the long-tailed fly in Bermuda. Our hearts belong to this beautiful island. As an island, we are strong, proudly Bermuda. Silas proudly Bermudian, bringing us near. Cause we are proudly Bermudian. Digicel is proudly Bermudian. Digicel is proudly Bermudian.
And welcome back. Well, we're joined by Andre Doc Manders. Doc, evening. You got to unmute your mic, Doc.
How's that?
That's perfect. That's perfect. Welcome.
Yes, Earl.
How are you
Nice
today?
to be back.
Yes,
I'm good.
yes,
Great.
yes. So I ran down the scores from yesterday. I was talking a bit about the history being made up at Somerset Cricket Club with Brianna Ray becoming the first female to play in Premier Division cricket. We had Catherine Bean Rosario and Brianna play for Flats last year in the first division, but now playing in Premier Division. Just share your thoughts a little bit on something of this nature.
Well, I'm not really surprised after watching Brianna play, over the years, watching her play in the first division. And I had the privilege to play with her in some of the evening leagues. She played with Top Dog sometimes.
Okay.
So I was able to play with her then. So I'm pretty well watch her development. She's played at high quality cricket in the UK, Australia. So I'm not really surprised, in her making her Premier Division debut. But it's nice to see that, that's the first time I'm even heard of that all the years I'm playing cricket, that a woman that has played in the Premier Division.
Right.
I'm not too sure about First Division, but in the Premier Division, but so that bodes well, maybe that, the other women could look at that there too, and hopefully, try to make that just like Catherine.
Yeah.
It's something for them to strive for, and I'm just glad to see her, play and actually make the team and bowl pretty good.
Yeah.
So, it was great to
11
see.
from 3 overs. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Some tidy bowling.
yeah.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing for Somerset yesterday, they were sitting pretty, 142 for I think 3, and they
Yeah.
all out for 152. So 10
Yeah.
runs, and 8 wickets.
Yep. Yeah, 7, 8 wickets. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that too.
You had Derek and Isaiah O'Brien run through those last few wickets. I mean,
Yeah.
You're sitting in the pavilion, and nothing else you could do other than watch it, because as quickly as they were going out, they were coming back. So,
Yeah.
it tough start for Somerset. And then again, another tough start today. They went down again today. They took on Southampton Rangers. Rangers scored 191 for 9 in their 20 overs. Onias opened up with Dalray. Onias got 24. Dalray got 26. Alex Dorr got 29. Dion Stubble 39. Dalen Richardson 20. Deontay Darrell 17. Alan Douglas got 27 off of 9 balls. He had 3 sixes and 2 fours. Corey Smith got 8 off of 6. So they got starts. Everybody got a start, but just didn't go on. But collectively, they put up a good total of the 191. In the bowling department, Isaiah Richardson took 3 for 31. Dominic Sabir, 2 for 43. Gennaro Tucker, 2 for 36. Antonio Darrow, 2 for 22. The bowling, it weren't that bad, but Quincy James gave up 10 runs and over, 3 for 30. Although Isaiah did give up 10 runs and over, but he got 3 wickets in between there. Dominic was giving up 10.7 runs and over. They got to try to bring that down when you're playing just the 20 overs to give themselves a chance in the game. And then in reply, Dominic Sabir, 65, because Somerset were bowled out they're 149 for 5. So Dominic Sabir, 65 off of 39 balls, 5 4s, 5 6s. JJ Now was out for 26. Amari Eben, 12. Gracie James did not have a good day. He is out without scoring. Gennaro was out for 11. Antonio Darrow was not out on 12, with Jade Morrissey not out on 15. And in the bowling department, Dante Bringman, 3 overs, none for 25. Dion Stubble, 5 overs. That should be 4 overs. None for 33. I think they gave, well, it'd be Dante Bringman, 4 overs, none for 25. Dion Stubble, 4 overs, none for 33. Nairobi Carmichael, 4 overs, 1 for 39. Del Ray, 4 overs, 2 for 33. And Alan Douglas, 4 overs, 2 for 17. So when you look at those, or you hear those scorecards there, what give us your impression of that match, Doc?
I would say early season. I don't want to predict anything on that match. I mean, guys are still trying to find some form. And then again, the wicket might be, even though Somerset wicket is, probably one of the best ones to play on early in the season. Rangers got a good bowling lineup and batting lineup. So
Right.
I didn't think Somerset done that bad to score 140 something.
Right.
Maybe. And like you said, none of them got, if you look at Rangers, everybody chipped in. Nobody came up a beat total.
Right.
So
Right.
good to show you that the building wasn't too bad. I don't know how many extras it was, but like I said, still early in the seasons,
Right.
early in the season. And, I'm sure Somerset, will probably bounce back now that I got, most of the guys back, like Sabir.
Right.
And well, they got JJ now there now.
Right.
Narrow is trying to help out playing. So I think that they're not going to be doing too bad this year. They
Right.
got Amari Eben, another good batsman.
Yes.
I don't know if LJ played today. LJ Richney was,
no.
he was hurt
Didn't look like
last
didn't
year
look
a
like
bit.
he played. Yeah.
but like I said, the Rangers is going to be a hard team to be in. So
Right.
like I said, it's still early in the season. And it's 2020, guys are still trying to find some type of form. And then with the Berlin, is trying to find a length where, most of the time these guys is probably over pitching or
Right.
giving up wides. Those wides always help in the,
Well,
was
let me just
in
say,
the
in the Rangers inning, there was only 1 extra given up by Somerset, and that was 1 wide.
Mhm.
In the Somerset inning, it was 8 extras given up, 2 byes, and 6 wides. So
Yeah.
in total, only 9 extras for the entire 40 overs. It's quite
Not
impressive.
bad.
Yeah.
Not bad for the early in the season, because normally
Yeah.
guys are finding that length,
Right.
and sometimes I'm missing it, and it could be going on leg or outside the stump, outside the popping crease. So that's not too bad at all.
Not at all.
Um,
Not at all.
But then
Yeah.
again, in 20 overs, still like 6 or 8 wide sometimes could cost you the game. But
Right.
but
right.
like I said, it's still not too bad. The time by time when they start playing 50 overs,
Right.
that they're tired. And the tired guys are gonna come back for second spells and stuff like that. So I don't know.
It's just
Yeah.
the thing. I mean, we often talk about it. They're playing 2 games a weekend to start the season, and but they're still not bowling. No bowling 10 overs for the entire weekend. They're only bowling 8.
Right.
Where the fitness comes as you're bowling a lot more regularly.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22. I know they have a T20 tournament, international tournament coming up, but I think the guys that are going to be in that squad need to be playing and bowling and batting and you know what I mean, more on a regular basis. Somehow, some way, they got to figure out how to get more in the middle to get that line and length right, and just knocking the ball around to make sure the scoreboard ticks over. But that's something that you have to figure out.
Yeah, like I said, and like I said, it's still early in the season, and most of those guys are, probably using this 2020 now for that tournament, for both of the tournaments, the Smash and the other
Yes.
tournament coming up.
Yes. definitely.
So,
Definitely. Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully they get it right by the end of the month, because that's when the smash starts. And
Right.
so
And then
then
quickly into
June
that
is the
June
other tournament.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So up at PHC, St. David's defeated PHC by 8 wickets. St. David's restricted PHC to 83 for 8 in their 20 overs. Yeah, Turin Mendes 16, Devin Dill 21, Ori Wilson 5, Tristan Davis 10, Isaac Todd 2, Koshan Durant 2, Sage Carter 1, Jubra Corbin 7, Deontay Durlin 11, and Keizai Richardson scored 2. Just not enough runs, not enough. You know, when you look at it, they had Turin had 2 fours, Devin had 4 fours, Tristan had 2 fours, and Deontay had 1 4. But clearly, when you start saying Deontay 1 4, faced 16 balls and scored 11 runs, you know, when you say Turin 2 fours, faced 17 balls for 16 runs, you gotta sneak the singles in there. You gotta keep that going. Devin Dill had 4 fours, that's 16. He faced 16 balls and scored 21. So, you know, either 5 singles or something out of there, but it's a lot of balls that were dot balls, you know, in that. And then in the bowling department, you had Naquan Smith, 2 overs, 10 runs, no wickets. Isaiah O'Brien, 2 overs, none for 14. Aaron Painter, 1 over, 1 for 6. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this guy's name. I call him Shindra. 1 over, none for 8. Makai Young, 3 overs, 1 for 16. Derek Bregman, 4 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 3. Brian Hall, 1 over, none for 3. Dean Simons, 3 overs, 1 for 12. And Justin Pitcher, 3 overs, 2 for 8. You know, they didn't, if you look at the dot balls, so let's look at Justin Pitcher. Justin Pitcher bowled 3 overs. He had 11 dot balls. Dean Simons bowled 3 overs. He had 10 dot balls. Brian Hall bowled 1 over. He had 3 dot balls. Derek Bregman had 21 dot balls in his 4 overs that included the 2 maidens. He only gave up 3 runs for the 3 wickets. So those are the type of things that will help you win a game right from the start. And then in reply, Dean Simon scored 5. Justin was 38, not out. Isaiah O'Brien scored 14, and Ricardo Bregman scored 15, not out. And they St. Davis took the time, because they took 14.5 overs to score the 82 runs, but they had things comfortable right from the start. What did you say? You muted yourself.
I saw some footage of that game, and the wicket was no up and down, you know.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say, you know, and both teams struggled. You know, I think the first time they used that wicket at PHC, so it was uneven bunts.
Right.
So I think a lot of the players, you know, was trying to basically adapt to that wicket. So, you know, you can't go much. All the teams that batted, each player that batted, most of the players, like, you know, struggled a bit with the time. Ball was coming up slower, popping up.
Did it have a lot of grass on it?
I'm not too sure. I couldn't see. But I'm saying from the footage that I saw, but it just maybe that overnight rain and, you know, like early in the season, a couple balls were just rising off a good length.
Right.
So in the first game, and Warwick's game, and Villacot's batted, you know, they batted first. It was up and down. And then when Warwick ran in, they lost four wickets trying to get it. Balls popping up. So it might have got batted when St. Davis and PHC could have, you know, they ruled it between. So there's one of those wickets you had to set up and bet and just hope that none of those balls pop up on you. And I'm sure that wicket will get better eventually.
Yeah, it does. The more they rule it, because obviously
Yeah.
underneath there is all wet anyway. So it's going to take that roller that much more time to settle that wicket in.
Yeah, and you remember it's been a lot of football played up there, you know.
Right,
So
right.
normally this is my thing. When I play cricket, when I played years ago, when we had turf wickets,
Mhm.
the board and football association always got together, and football used to stop a little earlier. So
Mhm.
these guys could at least get a couple of weeks to get the wickets prepared, and then we used to
Right.
start at the end of April
Broke that
or
shut,
early
yeah.
May.
Yeah.
Now we're starting like middle May because football season, sometimes runs so late.
Right.
And I'm not saying that they don't do that, but something has to be done where it gives these guys enough time to, to put some clay down and rule
Right.
it,
Yeah.
start a racing. Now
Yeah.
Somerset's wicket, Reed's got all that experience. He could easily get his done.
Right.
And I think Somerset always kind of probably stop a little early so he can do it.
Right.
He's always ruling that thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, and he's probably, Reed's got a lot of experience. Whereas, I don't know who's doing the wicket at PHC, but it's just that, it just gets, I think about another week or 2 weeks, the wicket should be good. I watched some games on the last year and that wicket played really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
In June, July, when it was a lot hot.
When it dries right out.
When it dries out, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So
yeah.
I know a lot of those guys batted. Both of my sons played there today, and Trey got out and the ball popped up. My other son Tori too, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So it was up to one of those wickets. Once you get in, you have to stay in. But I left. I don't know how many wickets St. David's got chasing that. When I left, I think it was Isaiah and somebody else was Ben.
They lost 3. Yeah, they lost.
They're only chasing 80 something, but still.
They only lost 2. They only lost 2. Yeah.
But it was definitely one of those wickets. You just had to put the ball in the right spot.
Right.
Right. And just hope that one of those balls that jump, you could get out of the way.
Right. Well, I'm glad you kind of said what you said, because obviously you look at the scorecard and you would think, okay, just what we're an application or something of that nature. But when you have a wicket that's not being consistent, then obviously the bowlers will have the advantage if they put the ball in the right spots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And most of the time, St. David's bowlers were putting the ball in the right spot. Same way when Warwick bowled Willicott's out,
Right.
It's unfortunate for them. They batted on the wickets first, and that was the first time that was played on. I think that was probably a good thing when Warwick won the toss and sent them in.
Right.
So, and then again, I don't know if remember we had some rain yesterday too, so
That's right,
overnight too. So I don't know if the water got underneath or not, but it's just one of those wickets where you just have to apply yourself and just hope for the best. That's why you see those low scoring games
at the same place. So it makes a difference. Yeah. Because when we get to Willicott, we'll see they only scored 78 for 9 in that 20 overs. So all right. Well, the final Premier Division match today was St. George's beating Bailey's Bay by 7 wickets. Bailey's Bay batted first, scored 114 for 8 in their 20. Terran Frey, top scorer with 61 off of 42 balls, 7 fours, 2 sixes. Azende was out without scoring. Shirai Tavares got 14. Jordan Burgess was out without scoring. Stephen Otterbeard was out for 6. Danico Hollis out for 5. Jermaine Usher out for 6. Rodney Trott out for 11. And Kyle Hudson was not out on 1. 10 extras given up. Out of the 114, it was 2 leg byes, 6 wides, and 2 no balls. For Berlin, for St. George's, Zico Burgess, 3 overs, 3 for 18. Edmund, 3 overs, 1 for 20. Jonte, 3 overs, none for 31. Sakai Darrow, 3 overs, 1 for 23. And Anil, 2 overs, 2 for 20. And then in reply, St. George's and Zari Painter was not out on 33. Jonte Smith scored 46. Edmonds scored 21. Shaquille Hill scored 6, and Jason Anderson was not out on 4. The Bayless Bay Bowlers, Kyle Hudson bowled 2 overs, none for 29. Mikhail Walker, 2 overs, none for 20. Shirai Tavares, 1 over, none for 8. Danico Hollis, 2 overs, none for 22. Rodney Trott, 2.4 overs, 2 for 18. And Jermaine Usher, 1 over, 1 for 21. The extras, they gave up 8 extras, all wides, 8 wides. Tough weekend for Bayless Bay.
Yeah, so say the scores again. Who was your highest scores for St. George? You said,
Jonte Smith, 46.
okay.
46 off of 26, 7 4s and 2 6s.
And somebody got a 33 not out, you said?
Yeah, and Zari Painter.
Okay.
And they opened and they put on 70 runs for the first wicket in 6.4 overs.
Where was that game played to? St. George's?
St. George's, yeah, St.
Okay.
George's, yeah. So, Bayless Bay, like I said, still got the work cut out for them, having lost yesterday and lost today. But as you said, as things get as the wickets dry up and play gets more, I guess, balanced, they'll have their chance to win a few games as well. So, yeah, it's still early, first weekend. What we're going to do, we'll take our second commercial break, and when we come back, we'll look at the first division games today. Okay? We'll be right back.
The end of the school year can get busy fast. Between events, activities, and everything piling up, finding time for groceries isn't always easy. But with Drop It, you can order your Lindo's groceries online and have everything delivered straight to your door. Less time shopping, more time focused on what matters most with Drop It from Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Beneath the cloud blue sky, where the ocean meets the land, and the longtails fly in Bermuda. Our hearts belong to this beautiful island. As an island, we are strong, proudly Bermudian. In every single way, from the sunrise to the sunset, and every single day for over 135 years. It's been clear, Lady Silence, proudly Bermudian, bringing us near. Cause we are proudly Bermudian. Digicel is proudly Bermudian. Digicel is proudly Bermudian.
You ever crack open a Coke and just... perfect.
It's that cold, classic hit that never lets you down.
Whether you're chilling with friends or just need a break, you can't go wrong with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Nothing else compares.
Proudly distributed by Butterfield and Vallis.
And welcome back. Well, Doc, we were talking about the wicket at PHC. So the match between Willowcotts and Warwick Workman, Willowcotts would score 78 for 9 in their 20 overs. Solomon Burrows, who scored a century yesterday, was out on the second ball today. Shaquille Bean was the top scorer on 16. Sergio Reyna was out without scoring. Kamal Bashir without scoring. For 5. Micah Simons was out for 3. Wainwright was out for 4. Chioke Wainwright was out for 4. Kyle Brinkman out for 6. Jalen Wales out for 4. Alan Bowl Jr. out for 14. And Gerald Simons without scoring. He was not out. And Teo Smith was not out as well. The problem was with Warwick. They gave up 25 extras, 8 leg by 17 wides. You take away those 20 let's take away the 17 wides, and they'd be chasing 61. That's something that would need to be addressed. Yeah. Kevin Fabler, 2 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 1. Seth Campbell, 2 overs, none for 14. Malachi Jones, 4 overs, 2 maidens, 4 wickets for 11 runs. Jelani Richardson, 3 overs, 3 for 18. Alex Brown, 4 overs, none for 16. Stephen Dill, 3 overs, none for 5. Jamar Stovall, 2 overs, none for 5. The dot balls were amazing. I mean, Kevin had 11 dot balls. He bowled 12 balls and 11 dot balls. Malachi, he had 18 dot balls, gave up 11 runs. Jelani Richardson, 11 dot balls, gave up 18 runs. Alex Brown, 13 dot balls, gave up 16 runs. Stephen Dill, 14 dot balls out of the 18 balls he bowled, and Jamar Stovall, 10 dot balls out of the 12 balls he bowled. Just got to get those extras down. And then in reply, Warwick would score 79 for 4. You had Trey out for 11, Luke Fulton out for 16, Corey Burgess out for 2, Alex Brown 30, Johnny Lee 9, and Jamar Stovall was out without score. I mean, he was not out without scoring. Did you get a chance to see this young man Brown?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't get to see him.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he just hung around. Like I said, he got a nice 30 not out.
Yeah. 27 balls, 3 4s, and 1 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then again, like I said, it's Warwick really got away with that, building his actress and still knock him down for 70 something. So, but like I said, all those dot balls came from this guy struggling early in the innings. It was probably low depth. Nobody seemed to get good. Shaq got 16, but eventually, a couple of the balls are popping up, over the place. But like I said, it's one of those picking. It was probably them. It was just a good choice to be on if you think about it.
Right, yeah.
But still, got to work on those wides, because anytime else, just say the wicket was good. They could have easily been 150, 160 runs if there is extras. So that's probably something they will need to work on. Again, Villicotts will probably need to try to rotate the strike a little bit more in the batting department. So, like I said, it's one of those things where the overnight rain got to play a big part in that. Right,
definitely. And then Somerset Bridge and Devonshire Rack. Devonshire Rack would win by 5 wickets. Somerset Bridge was 168 for 3 in their 20 overs. We had Sean Riley out for 16, Patrick Dill out for 17. You had Adrian Burrows score 41 not out, and Jason Smith scored 51 not out. So they had a good stand between those two. One of them had to get out because Samir Tavares got 35 as well. So that looked as if it would have been a good total for Somerset Bridge, and I'm surprised because Somerset Bridge usually have a strict bowling department. Devonshire Rack gave up 8 extras, 6 wides, 2 no balls. In the bowling department, Devin Carr 4 overs, none for 22. Lorenzo Simmons 4 overs, none for 32. Orlando 4 overs, 2 for 32. PJ Thomas 4 overs, none for 28. Shakai Trott 2 overs, none for 26, and Christopher Daly 2 overs, none for 28. Only two people had over 10 dot balls, and that was Carr. He had 10, gave up 22, and Orlando 11 dot balls, but gave up 32 runs. And then in reply, Chris Russell 21, and Cole McKinnon there 24, Brandon Trott 35, not out. Derwin Adams 12, Lorenzo Simmons 1, Shakai Trott 14, and Christopher Daly 29, not out. This is where, and this is what I was saying about Somerset Bridge, they gave up 38 extras. One led by 35 wides and 2 no balls. You score 160 and you give up 38 extras. You're asking, because they only have to score 130 runs.
Yeah, we talk about the extras. So yeah, see early season, a lot of teams got to work on that. You know, like you said, Somerset Bridge normally has a pretty decent bowling lineup. So
Right.
I think they lost 2 games in a row now.
Yeah.
So they would probably need to definitely work on that. And I see you in the innings, people are getting starts, but they're not, you know,
Yeah.
going on to make bigger total.
Right.
So that's another thing they probably need to work on. You know, once you got to turn their starts into something big,
Yeah.
they need to. Somebody needs to bet through the innings.
Right.
You know, that's the main thing. Once you get the start, you got to continue on and bet the 20 overs out or finish the game off.
Right.
But the extras is not helping them in the bowling department. So
Yeah.
they earn 2, so they need to, you know, probably pick it up. I think Devonshire Rackets won 1 and lost 1.
No, they won yesterday.
They won, so they're 2-0.
They're 2-0. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They won yesterday. So
That's 2 good victories for them.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good start for the season for them. Yesterday they beat Cleveland by 3 wickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland got 124 and Rack got 130 for 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean,
That game was played at St. George's?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was probably the first time they played down there too.
Yeah. Rack
So-
won the toss and sent them to bet. So
Yeah. I think most of the captains will do that. No, yeah, just
early
to
in
see
the
how the
season,
wicket will
that's
play
right.
in it.
Yeah.
Early in the season, you want to see how the wicket plays. The only place that you probably won't do that is up Somerset because
Right.
there's been a lot of big turtles up there. That
Right.
wicket's has been prepared at least 2 weeks, you know, a week or 2 weeks before the season started. So
Right.
that's good because you had the national squad up there training on it. So
Right.
you know, so that's probably going to be one of the better wickets for now, right now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just
like I said,
looking at-
another week or two,
Right.
those wickets will be starting getting hard. As soon as they get ruled a bit more, the clay starts to rule that clay in and stuff. So you see those wickets getting a lot better.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the totals. The only team that did not win chasing today was Somerset.
Yeah.
They were the only team that did not win chasing.
Mm.
And yesterday,
They was chasing yesterday too.
yeah, they were
remember?
chasing
And they lost.
yesterday. Yeah.
And they had a very good start. I don't know what happened.
Sitting pretty.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I saw that 145 for 3 and
Yeah.
was it chasing?
All
Oh,
out for 152.
yeah. So they lost like 7-8 wickets for about
Yeah, they lost.
15, 20 runs.
Yeah, and they lost by 30 runs in total.
Yeah. So that's probably something they will need to work on. The person that's in, don't get out. Try to finish
Right.
it off, man. Bet right
Right.
through. You
Yeah.
know.
The set person has to stay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, Doc, we'll be back next week. We'll have a
Okay.
look at all these matches again. I know Terry called me earlier to say that he couldn't make it, but
Right.
we'll be back we're back in the saddle now. So we'll be back next week, Sunday, folks, with another edition of the Cricket Show starting at 7 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Talk to you later, Doc.
Okay, Earl. Cool.
All righty. Okay.